What's up? It's Hannah.
And I'm Amy.
And you're watching Live at Linda's. Back again, huh? You would think that with this guy. Who is he? He looks oddly familiar. Was he on our Facebook page that one time? I think so. It doesn't look like him though. It's Corduroy. Remember that super emaciated dog that was a stray? We put on our Facebook and we asked anybody if they knew anything about him.
I forgot about that Facebook post. Yes.
He's not emaciated anymore. Me Corduroy, again. He does not look the same. What do you think?
He does not look the same. He has
meat on his bones.
Yeah, well, he was able to go into an awesome foster family for a while and start to get meat on his bones. And then he got adopted. And he stayed with his adoptive family for
almost a year.
Almost a year. And they were so good to him and they absolutely loved him. But it turns out that Corduroy cannot be in a home with cats. So that is definitely something we want to let the public know.
But he's great with other dogs.
He is so good with other dogs.
And
he
they
loves
had kids.
People. He's good with kids. They had kids, so multiple kids. They had a dog that they were best buddies. But he just did not do well with the cats. And they tried and tried and tried everything they could because they really loved this dog and it broke their hearts to bring him back. So it's a sad story, but so now we just have to find him a home that suits him better, right?
Dogs and kids. Dogs and kids. Dogs and kids.
And a couch.
Yeah, that's the husky in him. I mean, look at him. He's clearly an English lab husky mix.
Disclaimer, we don't know what he is, but he does look like, he has a lab butt. His butt looks like a lab.
If you saw that booty from the back, that's all lab, but a short lab. Not them tall, lengthy guys, a shoddy.
A shoddy.
And he really wanted those husky ears. They were really starting to go up, but then the lab took in, and now they're floppy. But he does not look like the same dog. I mean, when I saw him come in, I was more than flabbergasted. It was crazy, because he's a good boy. He has a hard time at the shelter though, so he's going back into foster until he finds his forever family.
Yeah, we were all nervous about him coming back because he didn't do well in the shelter, but luckily the foster family that had him before is gonna take him back. So we can rest assured knowing he's somewhere getting love until we can find him his forever home. Hey, buddy.
He's a sweet, sweet guy. Does he play a lot? Like, does he have a favorite toy or anything? Or he just wants people?
Yeah, I mean, he likes toys. He will play with toys. I think once he's in the presence of people and he feels safe knowing that you're not gonna leave him, alone or put him back in a cage or something. Once he is able to decompress, he really does like toys. And he likes treats.
And he knows some things.
Uh-oh.
Come here, Corduroy. Sit. And then you have to do it. Paw. Oh, well, he's just doing the whole show, I guess.
Oh.
Paw. Good boy. Good job.
Good buddy.
He's a really sweet boy.
Yeah.
Just with a silly face. And he loves. He loves a lot. All right, so next up is Dr. Hathaway, and she'll be talking about FELV, feline leukemia virus.
Today is part 2 in our series on feline retroviruses, where we're going to focus on FELV, or the feline leukemia virus. Last time when I talked about FIV, I mentioned that FIV is usually seen in adults. FELV is a different story. Feline leukemia virus typically infects kittens. FELV infection can also take many different forms. FELV is spread through close social contact. So compared to FIV, FELV is much more easily spread between cats. There are high amounts of the virus in the saliva of infected cats. Virus is also shed in mucus, urine, feces, and milk. The most common way that FELV is passed is from a mother cat to her kittens. However, it can also spread through shared water dishes, social grooming, and bites. Once a kitten is infected with FELV, the infection can take different pathways. Some cats are able to fight off the virus and not develop disease. Others become infected with a low level of virus but are not contagious. Finally, you also have cats that get full-blown infection, are contagious to other cats, and typically go on to develop FELV-related diseases. The Linda Kelley Animal Shelter tests all adoptable kittens and cats for FIV and FELV. Luckily, we can perform this testing in-house in under 15 minutes, only using a few drops of blood. While we still place otherwise healthy FELV-positive kittens up for adoption, adopters should understand that if these kittens do not fight off the infection, they could be infected and contagious for life. They should not live in close contact with other FELV-negative cats. There is currently no effective treatment to cure FELV. Over half of the cats diagnosed with FELV will die between 3 to 5 years of age. Now, what about an FELV vaccine? Unlike the FIV vaccine, the FELV vaccine is recommended for kittens and cats that test negative for FELV. The FELV vaccine is not used at the Linda Kelley Animal Shelter, but if you adopt a kitten, it's a good idea to discuss vaccination with your pet's primary care veterinarian. So, what is the take-home message for FELV? The main things to remember are that the feline leukemia virus is relatively rare, is not a health risk to people, but is a significant health risk to other cats. Also, while some FELV cats can still have normal lives, FELV can be fatal to kittens, and the kittens that survive often have much shorter lives than an FELV negative cat.
Thank you, Dr. Hathaway, for that very informative session on feline leukemia in cats. Well, obviously it's in cats, it's feline leukemia. Never mind, don't listen to me. Anyways, I'm Amy, and I am an animal care attendant at Linda Kelley Animal Shelter. And once again, this is Corduroy. He is the sole star of our show today.
Soul star.
Because he is such an amazing story. So hopefully you guys will listen in and learn a little bit about him. And if you have any questions, if you want any details on him, just give us a call at the shelter.
The deets, the 411.
That's right. We can give you some information. We've known him for a little while now.
Yeah,
so we've gotten to know a lot of his quirks since he's been able to be in a foster home and things like that. So, but he's a very, very good dog, and he's just looking for the right home. When Corduroy originally came in, he actually came in with another dog. Her name, well, we named them. We named her Shandy, and they were just running together. Somebody found them, and they were both very, very, very thin. So thin that we felt the need to make a post about it to see if there was anybody that knew who owned the dogs, not only so that we could get them back to their rightful owner, but just to make sure that, you know, we were educating the public potentially to see, you know, why these dogs were this thin, if we could just get some information on that. So, and we never really heard back. So fast forward, and Shandy actually got adopted pretty quickly, which was great, but Mr. Corduroy had a hard time getting out of the shelter. So that's why he went into the foster home that he did, and then once he went to the foster home and was able to decompress and we got some more information on him, we were able to find a good home for him. That's the hard thing about strays, is we really don't know a lot about them. So it's nice when they can go into foster homes and we can learn more about them as dogs and what their quirks are, so that we can try to find the right home for them.
Here's a quirk. He's anxious, but so am I. And his anxiety is pretty much he doesn't want to be abandoned. Oof, that hit deep.
Yeah, sure did.
None of us want to feel abandoned, you know?
Yeah, he doesn't. He's not a fan of going in crates right now because it seems as though he's spent too much time in a crate.
In his previous life.
Whether it was in, you know, before we met him or what, he's had to be in a cage at the shelter, but he just has a little bit of an aversion to crates. So I will say that when he was in those homes, this is, you know, disclaimer, We cannot say that a dog is fully potty trained, but from both the foster and the family that did adopt him, they did say that he's potty trained. And he was, you know,
And
very
he
clean
did-
around the house. And
Didn't he do well in the crate at the home?
he actually likes the idea of a crate if it stays open. Like he likes the den idea. You know, he likes to lay in it and have his own little space. But
bedroom.
once you shut the door and leave the room, that's a different story. Because he gets nervous. He's just not used to it.
It's scary.
But he does seem to do better in the company of other dogs. That's kind of what we've learned with him going to the foster home with a couple different dogs and then being adopted into the family with the one other dog. He definitely takes some solace in having a buddy, so that's also good information to have too. That helps, seems to help with his separation anxiety. Right, buddy? Yeah.
And you know, we do the best we can at our shelter with enrichment, walks, getting him out of his cage, any of the dogs.
But we can only do so much.
And it's up to you, people. Up to you guys to help us out. Come walk a dog like him. He's a good time. We've got little pools out now that it's pretty much summertime.
We also have, we call it an all-purpose room. It's like this big open room at the shelter that, you know, if it's too hot for the dogs, volunteers, sometimes we'll just take the dogs in there and play with them. So that's also an option. So if you're worried about being out in the heat, if you wanted to volunteer but you're worried about being out in the heat in summer, we do have other options, indoor activities.
You know what
will.
else is indoor? Your home. Your home is an indoor space with controlled cool and heat. So it's
She's right.
you could just bring him home. Whether it's adoption, which is, you know, fabulous, or foster. Fostering is so amazing. Amy's been fostering for
A really long time.
a dog for a really long time.
And he's wonderful. And I know for a fact that if he was still at the shelter that he would not be doing as well as he's doing in my home. So it's just something to know that it makes a huge difference when we can get these dogs in a home environment before they find their forever home. Because like I've said it multiple times, but it gives us good information that we can use to help educate people about the dog and know what they need mentally, physically, all the things. So
come visit us.
our website is www.calvertcountyanimalshelter.com.
Our phone number, 410-535-7387.
All right, you go, girl. I can't memorize that. She's got it. So please give us a call. Check out the website. We always keep the website up to date. The website's actually interlocked with our in-house system that we use at the shelter. So if anything changes, we get new animals get adopted, we keep it pretty up to date. So check it out. If you have any questions about any of the animals,
Give the front desk a call.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
love to gab with you.
we are all about finding these babies good homes. So we will answer any questions you have and, you know, try to work with you if we can. So
All right. Well, we'll catch you guys on the
flippity flip.
on the flippity flip, and hopefully this old kid will be gone like the wind.
Gone like the wind.
Peace out. Be good. Be nice
See
to
you
animals.
next time. Yeah, what she said.